I think the coast is clear. Sometimes the most secret identities are hidden in plain sight. Clark Joseph Kent. Yoruba Benai Ephraim, son of Joseph. Let's get it. What's up, BC Dynasty? This is your boy, the man, the myth, and the legend, Mr. JB Zion. Y'all already know, show me some love. Before you do anything else, you need to like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. And welcome back to the channel where I'm about to hit you with another boop, boop, boop. Right, all praises be to the Most High Yah. Shalom to all my Israelite family. Shalom to my Israelite Hebrew brothers and sisters. Shalom to my Gentile brethren. Shalom to everybody that's on the journey with Zion Dynasty. Yoruba Benai Ephraim. Your boy, y'all already see that? Boy, friends up. So y'all, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a teaching video where I kind of just go over, as you saw in the title, what does it mean to be a Hebrew? Now, I thought about it. I was like, man, I just said Hebrew I don't know how many times. I said Israelite about 20 times. But this is just going to be a bare fundamental video that kind of just teaches you guys what does the word mean? Where does it come from in scripture? And then I'm going to briefly touch on the Israelite component as well. Because I know y'all hear, oh, y'all Hebrew Israelites. And the thing that you don't want to hear is a black Hebrew Israelite. I'm black. What's your ethnicity? I'm black. So now y'all see this shirt I got on, right? That's black. You know what I'm saying? Now you see my skin. You know, it doesn't make sense if we subscribe that the Israelites were already black. You don't have to say black Hebrew. It's like saying black. You know, so we're going to talk about Hebrew. So first, I guess we're just going to go ahead and dive in. So the first time that you see the word Hebrew mentioned in the Judeo scriptures is in the book of Genesis, chapter 14, verse 13. In this chapter, you see that Abraham himself is called a Hebrew, right? So, Abraham is the first person documented in scriptures to be called a Hebrew. Now, where does the word itself comes from? What is the etymology? Now, when you look at the word Hebrew, when you break it down, the root of Hebrew is Eber. Now, you find Eber, this is an exact man, this is a person, y'all. You find Eber in Genesis chapter 11. Right? Genesis chapter 11 verses 14 through 17, right? Now, Eber and his descendants were known as Hebrews, or Eber, descendants of Eber, right? So, now what does the word Hebrew mean? When you look at the Hebrew etymology even closer, right? You see that the word Hebrew means one that has crossed over or traversed. Now, this is a spiritual connotation to the word Hebrew. Why do I say that? When you look at Abraham, the patriarch, Abraham had his name changed from Abram to Abraham. It was a rite of passage. It sealed the fact that the Most High had established a covenant with Abraham, right? Now, when you also look at his descendants, you see this same pattern. When you look at his son Isaac, not so much, but Isaac's son Jacob, right? Jacob's name was changed from Jacob to Israel, right? So he had this spiritual traverse, this spiritual crossing over in which the Most High, when establishing his covenant, chose to change his name as well. Now, this is why it is prophetic when you call so-called African Americans, so-called Creole colored black people, Hebrew Israelites. It's a rite of passage that is specific to this season, where our people are waking up. We're coming out of Christianity. We're coming out of the Christian church, all these lies, white Jesus, and we're crossing over into freedom. We're crossing over into thinking like a nation. We're crossing over, right, from slaves, from blacks, right, unto being the children of the living God, even the seed of Yaakov, the nation of Israel. All praises be to the Most High. So, let's look at this a little bit closer. So now the word Hebrew, the etymology means to cross over. When you look at Hebrew in a more ancient tongue, you might run across Ivrit. Now this gets us to a wonderful topic about the Igbo people. Now when you look at the slave voyages name database, It tells you about the different slaves. You can type in Yah, for example, and it'll show you all the slaves that had Yah in his name. Y'all need to do that if you haven't. I think I did that in a previous video, but I can do that in another one to let you guys see how many slaves had the name of the Most High Yah concealed in their name, right? All praises. So on that slave voyages database, it tells you what tribe that these slaves came from. And when it mentions Igbo, you might also see Hebo with an H in front of it. Now this is the slave voyages database. So as we can see, Igbo, Hebo are all signifying of Hebrew, right? And the Igbo people themselves call themselves Ivrit, which is the more archaic term of Hebrew. And the term means to cross over. So when we're talking about Hebrews, I think it's most imperative to clarify that there are lots of Hebrew people, right? Father Abraham had many sons had Father Abraham. Yeah, I like that, don't you? I'll praise it. I'm just kidding, y'all. But so Abraham had a lot of, he was the father, as the Most High signified, of many nations. So who do you have that came out of Abraham, right? You have Ishmael, which is the father of the Arab people, right? You have Isaac, who is the father of Jacob and Esau, right? So Abraham is also by default the father of Esau, or Edom, or the Edomite people. Now check this out. Abraham is also the father of Jacob, who got its name changed to Israel, had 12 sons, and this birthed the 12 tribes of Israel. So not only are Israelites Hebrews, Edomites are Hebrews. Ishmaelites, or Arab people, are Hebrews. But not just that. Abraham also, watch this now, gave birth to a lot of end-time nations, right? He gave birth to the Midianite people that we'll see, that some scholars say that they were found in Medina or Mecca in Saudi Arabia. He had a wife with Keturah, or that's how he had those kids with Keturah. Abraham had a lot of kids, y'all. It's a lot of nations that come out of Abraham. I might just insert that chart that kind of goes through all of them. But basically, there are a lot of different Hebrew people. So when we call ourselves Hebrews, we're not the only ones, right? There are a lot of different Hebrew people. Edomites, white folks, are Hebrews as well. Who else did I say? Ishmaelites are as well as Israelites, right? So if I'm an Israelite, I'm guaranteed to be a Hebrew. But if I'm a Hebrew, I might not be an Israelite. I hope that makes sense, you guys. So where does Israel come from? We are Hebrews that descend from Jacob, right? Jacob's 12 sons. He had 12 sons with 4 women, y'all. That man was getting it in me, brother. I'm telling you. I'm trying to might edit that out. But so Abraham had, or Jacob rather, had the 12 patriarchs with the 4 different Rachel, Leah, and their 2 handmaidens, and this is the birth of the Israelite nation. So I just want to do a quick video on that, y'all. Let you guys know that Hebrew is a lot of different people, right? So Israelite, you could just go by Israelite, because if you're Israelite, you descend from Abraham and you descend from Eber, right? So I hope y'all got something out of that. Just a quick video just to clarify that. I just thought about it. I was like, maybe I need to clarify that. I haven't dealt with that. But I love y'all. Peace, blessed, shalom, black power to the chosen race of the Most High Yah, even I, Yeh, Ashe, Yeh, the great I am, the mighty one of Jacob, the holy one of Israel. Peace and blessings, family. All praises to the Most High.